Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, Dr. Roberto Haystack Calhoun Suckit. Yes, that's my given name. So tonight, I'm bringing you a deck called, well, I'm calling it GRUUL in today's date because it was just labeled GRUUL over at Aether Hub. And so it was one of those decks that's just, green-red and put up there by the MTGA assistant meta. And I thought, you know what? This thing's got some interesting chops to it. I don't know if it's good, but what it looks like it is, it's GRUUL Enchantments. And I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. So it's not green-white enchantments, it's green-red enchantments. And that sounds like it could be fun. So let's take a look at what we got here. And at the low end, we've got Kumano faces Kakkazan. And deals 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. On the second turn, whenever you cast your next creature spell that turn, they get a +1 counter on it. On the third turn, you get a hasty guy 2/2. And if creature dealt damage this turn by a source you control would die, exile it instead. Okay. I guess that's just that turn that comes into play, maybe? I'm not quite sure how that works. Then we got Generous Visitor. This guy, I was surprised to see him in a GRUUL deck. It's not quite the GRUUL that you're expecting, because this guy is all about enchantments, and there's plenty of enchantments here. We got Snakeskin Veil, a not enchantment, so that doesn't help out terribly well, but that first one does, right? This guy, I think, is supposed to keep your Generous Visitor alive. That would be my guess. We got Kami's Flare, which is an instant, not an enchantment. But it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Kami's Flare deals 2 damage to the player's controller. If you control a modified creature, this guy would become modified as soon as you put an enchantment out after he is cast. So not so bad, right? Kami of Transience, not an enchantment. But whenever you cast an enchantment spell, he gets a +1/+1 counter. So far we've seen 1 enchantment out of 5 cards. I'm hoping we'll get better as we go along here. And then he can come back as some other stuff happens later on. He's what's the word I'm looking for there? Comes back, whatever that is, right? Starts with a recurses, that's what he does. We got Ranger class, an enchantment number 2. So this guy throws out a wolf, and then you start putting +1 counters on things, which makes them modified. And so there you go. You got something modified there. And that'll help keep growing your guys, help you race past that Meat Hook Massacre, which will always cause problems for people. Roaring Earth, which whenever a land enters the battlefield, so therefore it's got landfall, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. And then the channel part on it, if you play it without playing as an enchantment, is you discard it, you put X 1 counters on target land, and it becomes a 0/0 green spirit with haste with a whole bunch of counters on it potentially. So in a pinch, you can slam out something huge potentially. Otherwise, it's just what is this? It's basically a landfall version of like Luminart Aspirant or something. We got Werewolf Pack Leader, who starts off pretty good for a 2/2 and gets even better when you have 4 mana to pump into it later on. And helps to draw cards if you're attacking with some big guys. Oh, we got Arni Slays the Troll. Target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. On the next turn, you add 1 red mana and you put 2 +1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control, and you gain life equal to the power of the greatest creature power amongst the creatures you control. So not a bad enchantment there. We got Kodama of the West Tree. It says modified creatures you control have trample, which will be important here because you'll have a lot of modified creatures, and trample is what you need. That's green's biggest problem is they can get big creatures out, but you need to be able to get them over the top of those little guys that everybody's throwing out in front of you nowadays. And it says whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield tapped. So that'll allow you to put out a lot of land potentially, which will allow you to toss out potentially a lot of +1/+1 counters based on that landfall enchantment, Roaring Earth. If you had more of those, you'd just be able to slam lots of things. So that's a combo there. We got, what is this? Oran-Rief Ooze. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. All right, so this is all about getting those counters out and keeping them on and just keep rolling with it. Invigorating Hot Springs enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it, so this is an enchantment. Modified creatures you control have haste. Great. Remove a +1/+1 counter from this hot spring. Put a +1/+ counter on target creature you control. That means you can do all 4 of them potentially. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. So you can only remove 1 per turn to pass out to somebody. But that helps you to keep things a little strong and to pass things out. That's not bad. Toski, who cares about him? But yeah, it'll make your other guys, when they do damage, I said do, it will bring back a card for you. So you can draw a lot of cards potentially. So that's your engine. It looks like it's get out a bunch of dudes, pump, 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 and then keep that momentum going with a constant counterness to it. Hopefully your board won't get wiped because you got nothing against it. Hexproof's not going to do it. You need indestructible. There's one that does indestructible and hexproof. That might be the way to go rather than this, just because any sort of board wipe is going to take this thing out. We got, what is this, 2-man lands, and there the Hydra makes a 3rd. No Field of Runes showing. A bunch of fast lands. We got some of the Kamigawa lands that you can use for different opinions. Like right here we got it where they'll pass out some spirits potentially, and over here destroys artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands. On that we got some duels, and that is it. That's this GRUUL deck. So GRUUL enchantment, a lot of growth, and we'll just have to see how well this does. Let's see. And we are playing against JT Bachman of JT Bachman Overdrive. And we've got 3 lands. Interesting. Okay, let's roll Tide. I think this is it. We'll have to put out the green and then this other one. That's slow. These 2, then that's 3, which means we're not playing this one early. Well, no matter what, we can't get to the wolf right away. I guess all we could do to get the wolf as soon as we want to. Ooh, here we go. So let's Hydra up. There's 1, and we're done. Then we put out Boseiju. Boseiju. Oh, look what we're playing against there. All right, so it's red-green enchantments against white-green enchantments. Werewolf, pack leader. And that guy's already gone past me at this point. No blocks. All right, so we've done that. Make a guy. He's going to outrace us here on what he's doing. I can kill that guy potentially. But I'm still messing around with this super guy with lifelink now. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's not helping out. Alright, so to kill the other guy, is that what we really want to do in this situation? Might as well. I'm going to set out a chump blocker. Problem is he's still out racing us on the life gain there. It's not going to help us out. And chumping's not going to do anything, just delay us here. Yeah, I can't. What do I have anything that can take out individuals in this situation? Nothing. I'm supposed to be out racing him. Basically, I should be having the generous visitor right now, and my guy should be pumped up like 100%. We could have done something about it. It's just that first turn, he got ahead of me, and he got above what the Arni was able to do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, all I can kind of do here at this point is defend, no attacks. All right, throw out another wolf. We will up. And there we got it. So if we come through now, he'll just kill whatever I got going on. Except for I send in the 7, he'll be strong enough to kill it. Let's send in the 7 then. Next to attacker. Send him in and go. Nice. And we win! Boy, that is interesting. So we stalled them and he ran out of cards and figured that we were just going to outrace them. Alright, we're playing against Magic Sam 42. I thought it was like saying Magic Scam 42, but Magic Sam 42. Welcome to the arena, my friend. There's our little boy. Where he's going first. That's not a good position for us, but we'll see what happens. Now, if he's smart, he just kills like this guy. Hopefully he's not smart or doesn't have the ability. Oh, good. Nope. Alright, so if I'm smart, I'll hold on to the Snakeskin Veil, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'll put out this one. Okay, so on my next turn, I can take out his creature. If I put out a creature, I'll get the +1. Gosh, I'm holding myself back at this point. Let's do it. Just don't want to pass out that +1. I just like the way that sounds right there. Oop, that's not good. Alright, we lost our big boy. Our grower. We're going to have to play this like a GRUUL deck now. Nope, there we go. Alright, put out another land. Yeah, we're good. We gotta draw a nice card. Pick blockers here. That's because the Werewolf is modified. And we still got Snakeskin Veil in reserve. Yep, I can pass this guy out. Because I can use a Snakeskin Veil to protect him. And then we can pay in Ranger class next turn to pump some people up. Keep watching that Hobgoblin cave up there. You can start putting down some 1/1s that way as well. If it's a 3/2, I can block with the Snakeskin. It's just that does hexproof, not indestructible. But yeah, he could take out the Hobgoblin cave. I'm not going to touch it because I want to pretend like I don't see it. Hexproof! No blocks. Alright, we're now gonna lay down the hammer. Who do we hate more? What does this guy do? Create a dragon creature? Sure, let's get rid of that. Yeah, this guy, sure. Nicely done, deck. Nicely done. Yes, there we go. In your face, magic scammer. And we're going up against Turgic. That might mean something. I do not know what Turgic means, though. And we got 3 mana. We got a Grim's Visitor. Ooh, we're looking good. I mean, only 1 enchantment, but I'll dig it. Keep. Alright, we're going second, though, in this situation. That's never good. But then again, I think we've gone second all night long so far. No attacks. No blocks. So let's see, we got a mana. I got a modified guys. That's 2 up top. No attacks. What do I have here? Some spirits, some Toski. Alright, I don't have any enchantments. That's gonna suck. Oh, there he goes. Block. I guess you got trample, so what can I do? Prevent 1 point of damage, that's what I can do. Alright, another mana. Ooh, I got a lot of green creatures and not a lot of green mana at this point. So he's going to come at me with 8. That's not going to help me out too much, is it? But if I just sit here and block, then I'll lose dudes and I'll be in the same position I'm in. Nothing good's going on. So I kind of have to take it. Yeah, whatever. No block. And there it is, game over. Yeah, I gotta put together that. I gotta take a look at mono green again. I mean, mono green is so good right now. Okay, so here is miscellaneous GRUUL deck number 14. So anyways, it's GRUUL Enchantments, and I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed what happened. It had some nice punch to it. And you know, 2 out of 3 games, it won. Other people felt threatened by it, and it did a good job. It lacked some of the things that make me happy. Snakeskin Veil seems like it's so awesome. I really wish I had Hexproof and Indestructible, which I think is the what it is. It's the Planeswalker from Kamigawa, the Tamio's something or other. That might be better than Snakeskin Veil in this situation, just because any black can come in and wipe it out. Any of the board wipes can wipe it out, but Indestructible will keep your guy alive through 75% of the things that are going on around in there right now. This deck is fast. This deck does build up, but there are decks that build up faster and better, which is basically mono white, mono green. So this isn't your tier 1 S tier deck, but it's your next deck. It's your next level down. It's definitely competitive, and I would say it's pretty fun. So I can see why the meta assistant put it into the list of things to play with, because it's GRUUL, it's interesting, it's different, and it's fun. So I'm going to give this one a solid A, because while it's not an A+ deck, it's definitely a good one to play, and it's a fun one to play. And so I hope you have as much fun with it as I did tonight. Hey, that's it for now. I thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you could like or subscribe to this video, because it helps me out a lot. I just want to remind you that you've made this day a special day just by being you. There is no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. I hope to see you back here tomorrow, folks. Thanks a lot, and see you later. Bye-bye.